Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fireball tutorial. And so the first step is to basically create these two parts, the fireball and another part. So to do that, you need to make sure that this is up, and you click on models. From models, you click on a part. You can create a sphere and a block. Once you do that, make sure you name your fireball, the sphere, fireball, with just a capital F. After that, you go to the blocks and you name it get to part. So get with the capital G, to with the capital T, part with the capital P. No spaces. After that, after you've done that, you want to go into starter pack and you want to create a tool. So I'll do this with you. Go type in tool, you press enter, you click on it. After that, you want to go and you create a logo script, and you want to just Control D to duplicate it, or you can just create another one. And from there, we're going to create a remote event. Okay, this is already the finished product, but I'm just going to do this. Name it Fireball Tool. After that, name this one anything. Equip script. Okay, equip script. It doesn't necessarily matter what you do for this. And name this one F, because that's what I named it, I believe. Let's check what I did. F. Alright, equip the value. This part doesn't really matter. Make sure you create a bold value. So create bold value, and make sure you name this value. You name it equipped with a capital E. Alright, and equip script dash equip value. Let's just call this equip script, because that's what I told you to type in. So equip script, we're going to look at equip script, but before we do that, we want to make sure we got everything. So we create a script inside of here. Doesn't matter, you can name it anything. After that, alright, we want to create a part, and this part is going to be called handle. It really doesn't matter how it looks like yet. The point is for you to just make the actual fireball, to make it work before you put the details on your weapon. If you don't want it to be a weapon, then you don't need the handle, and you don't need equip script, and you don't need that. But if you want it to be if you want it to be like a sword for you to do fireball, or a staff for you to do a fireball on, then that's what you would do. Alright, so with that being said, let's go back into this part, and let's put the variable. Let's change it. Okay, make sure it's not anchored, so make sure this is checked off. Make sure can't collide is also checked off, so that means that it can go through anything, even the ground. This here, make sure it's anchored, and make sure it's can't collide, so it can go through anything, but because it's anchored, it's going to stay where it is, even in space. Alright, and after that, once you've gotten the same thing as what I gotten, now let's go and look. Alright, the first thing we're going to touch on is the script equip script. This is just basically saying whenever we equip this tool, we're going to go and look at this equipped value, and we're going to make it true whenever we equip. When we unequip it, it's going to be false, and by default it is already at false, so it only becomes true when we equip it. Alright, now you've gotten that done. The reason for this is important later on, is for this right here, the F. So this is a user input service, meaning whenever you click on something, something's gonna happen. Alright, so this is just basically saying when you click on it, and then if you are, and this part is just, that's what you click, and this is if you're typing. If you're clicking, but if you're typing. Now if you're typing, make sure this is very important to have. If you're typing, then you just end the script. Right, you just, If you're typing, we're not going to do anything. Right? If you're not typing, then what we're going to do is we're going to check what this is, right? We're gonna check what the equip value is. So what the equipped is. So the equip is a script.parent, which is this is a script, and this parent is a tool. And if you go into .equipped is this, all right? Now that means that it's on here. We're gonna check its value if it's true, right? If we also click F and this value is true, meaning if we're equipped, if the weapon is equipped, and we press F, then, and we're not typing, then this is going to happen. If we press F, but this is not equipped, meaning we don't have the weapon equipped, then this is not going to happen. If you don't want a weapon, you just do that. Then you can just press F without needing to equip the weapon. But I suggest you to equip the weapon. And then from there, we just create an animation. Make sure that you have your own animation made. After that, we're gonna place the animation, right? And then we're gonna play the animation. Or we're gonna locate the animation, and then we're gonna play the animation. And then after that, we're gonna fire a remote event. And this remote event is called Move F, right? Move F in case if you blind eye bats can't see it. So here we go. Move F. Then we're gonna go into Move F. Move F is just fire, meaning like we click on the F, then this part gets fired up. It gets light up, okay? When that gets light up, we're gonna go and do this. When that is light up, when it connects, we're gonna go and find our character. We're gonna identify who our character is. We're gonna identify what our humanoid root part is, what root is. We're gonna find our C-frame. Our humanoid, I don't think we even use this, so that part is irrelevant. Then we're gonna find what the tool is, and I don't think we even use the tool, but just in case. And after that, we wait 0.2 seconds. Actually, if we're not gonna use it, there's no point. Alright, let's not delete it because I might use it later on. Okay. Then after 0.323 of a second, we're gonna create the sound effect, and then we're gonna play the sound effect. The sound effect you can copy this. This is the only thing you can copy. After that, we're gonna make it last for 1 second. Then we're gonna go to get to part, and what get to part is this part. Remember we already named it get to part, so we're just finding it now. And get to part is gonna be in server storage. And then we're going to get to it. So with that being said, let's put these in server storage. And server storage. It's in server storage. So get to part in server storage. We're going to clone it. If you don't clone it, that means you're just going to grab it from here. And you can only do the fireball once. So you want to clone it. Then after that, we're going to place the C-frame. We're going to twist it, turn it, right, however we want. Right now, this is irrelevant. So you don't really need it. But we're just putting it in there just in case. What's important is we're going to the position of it. So we find the position. We're gonna find the position of itself, and we're gonna find our position of our humanoid root part. If you don't know what this is like your torso. And then we're gonna make it so that it's 150 stud away from us. And if it's positive, if it's that, then it's gonna be behind us. If it's negative, it's in front of us. Sometimes it does opposite. Depends on what, kind of depends on certain things. And then from there, we're gonna wait so that this is always constantly created before the fireball. Also, we need to place it inside of our humanoid root part, so that way it's not in the workspace. So it's specifically to us. So when we destroy this part, right? It's just specific. It's not just anything. You know, if you and somebody else and another person create this fireball, we don't want these fireballs to be. We don't want you to destroy their fireball or their get to part, right? We want it to destroy ours. So that's why we place it inside of our humanoid root part. After that, we create the fireball. Do same thing for this. Same thing. But we placed it 5 stud in front of us, so it doesn't spawn on us. it spawns in front of us, placing it on our humanoid root part. Okay, now we're gonna get to the damage part. So whenever the fireball, whenever it touches anything, right, what it's gonna do is it's gonna check to see if what it touched is a humanoid. Right? If it's a humanoid, meaning if it touches that, let's say that it touches the upper torso of this NPC. So you probably don't even know where it is. If it touches, let's say, the arm, right? So we see the arm. What it's gonna do is it's gonna go to find the humanoid part. So it's gonna go find the humanoid part. It's not something physical. Then it's gonna be like, okay, if that's it, then we're gonna check to see if that humanoid part parent name is the same as ours. So obviously this guy name is not the same as ours, so it's gonna damage it instead. If it is the same, let's say this guy's the one that's throwing the fireball and it hits itself, he checks, and if it's himself, then he's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna do anything, right? If it does hit somebody else, if it checks and see the name that is somebody else besides from himself, then we're gonna end this connection. We're gonna disconnect the touching, right? The reason why you disconnect it is so that you don't do multiple damage, right? You don't have this repeating itself like tons of time. You have it repeat itself once, and then it's gonna do damage. And after that, we're gonna destroy this part, and 0.0525 seconds later, we're gonna destroy the fireball. And if this doesn't touch anything, then we wait for 0.85 seconds, and we're gonna know that it didn't touch, and we're gonna disconnect this touch now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy that part and destroy the fireball. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. It's not gonna go anywhere because all we've done is we just placed it and placed it. We haven't put in anything in it to make it move, right? We equipped it, and now we're gonna do F, right? It damaged. You see the damage, right? But because we didn't make it go anywhere, and the fireballs can't collide, and it's not anchored, it's going down. And you see that over there is being that. You see the part at the very end over there. Also, you can't hear the. Okay, let me pull this out. Let me do it again. Here we go. Let me put it louder. Alright, I was wearing headphones. So now, actually, I'm not gonna wear my headphones. So now, all we need to do is two things. Alright, we've already got it placed, so we're gonna leave the script open, but we're gonna go back into our fireball in the server storage fireball. So this fireball, we don't need to touch anything physical on it. What we need to do is we need to add an attachment. Add attachment. We're gonna call this X, okay? And get to part, we're also gonna add an attachment. We're gonna call it Z, okay? And the fireball, this is how you make it fly, okay? You go and put in align position and align orientation. You can just do position, but orientation makes it look like it's not spinning around, and I guess orientation is just an option, but position is the main thing. Because the fireball is really small, you want orientation later on if you have a gigantic fireball. But like if you have something that is like, you know, like something like that's this big or bigger, then you're gonna want orientation. If you don't, if you have something small like this, that you don't need orientation. Okay, with that being said, we have position. What we want to press an attachment is we want to press attachment on X. This way we know that this part is going to fly, and then this is where it's going to fly to. So after that, we can adjust this to see how powerful it is. So let's make it 2, and we want this to be responsiveness is 200. After that, we're going to go to align, and then we're going to do the same thing. Alright, but we're not going to touch anything on that. Right, after this, all we need to do is pretty much press and just go and play the game, and it should work. Okay, F. Look at the output. Okay, I was wrong. Let's see. Let's look. Alright, let's go to human or root part. Alright. I got an idea. So it's what I thought. I try to make it this go fast, but it didn't go fast. What we do is we X this out. We go back here, we X this out. I was trying, half-fast it, but I guess I can't half-fast it. Alright, so that just means that you can't do it on here. So what you have to do is you have to physically... Oh, of course you can't do it on there, because you're cloning it. Okay, what you have to do is this. Because you clone it, but it's already done on there. When you clone it, you can't clone that part and expect it to go there. Okay, so here it goes. So here's what we're gonna do. We've already created the fireball, and we've already created that. So now what we have to do is we don't wait at all. We just go local, and we don't need to create anything anymore. We just need to identify it. So local AP, and we can do local AL. Okay, align position equals fireball dot align position. Okay, this one is going to equal fireball dot align orientation. Did I spell that right? Orientation. Okay, so we know what we're touching with. Now here's what we need to do. We need to make sure that we know what the attachment on get to part is. So that means we go to attach Z equals get to part dot X, right? So that's only dot Z. Alright, and it's important to do that, because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go AP. So we're gonna look at AP, and we're gonna go to AP dot attachment 1 equals attachment Z. So basically we're just making this become that, attached to that. And it's important to do that because it didn't, when we did it, yeah, we did attach it, but we cloned it, so that part, when we clone it, it didn't matter anymore. So we have to reattach it. Then we do the same thing, copy in Z, but we're gonna put in O. And now it should work. Oh, let's make this stronger as well. Let's make it so that it's stronger, so we can see. F. Yeah, now you see it. Let's make it weaker. And to make it weaker, go like this. If you don't want to mess with this, you could simply do like AP before you do the attachment, you have to make sure that you fix is max force first. Max force, right, equals, let's just do 55000 500,000. Okay. Let's go with 100,000. So half of that. I guess you don't want it to go super fast because it might not register when it hits, or it might look like it's weird, I guess. Alright, let's see. Alright. Boom. Yep. Now if it hits. Okay. That's pretty much how it looks like. Now, if we go ahead and we put some super dope stuff on it, okay? Hold up. I just throw this fireball inside server storage, and this is something you don't have to do, but I'm gonna make it look cooler, okay? So obviously it's still attached to the same thing. I'm gonna delete that part. Alright, now you're gonna see the full effect of the fireball. Why? Oh. The fireball is anchored. See? Yeah, what I say? Look at that. Here's first person. Alright, now here's what it looks like. Now, let's make it look official by making this 0. And then, if this is the official fireball. And you see that 0. That extra weight there that I put at the very end, 2.5. This is so that it doesn't disappear before it hits the person, right? And it disappears after it hits it. And so that's very important. You could lower it, obviously. You can lower it to whatever you want, but that's the point of it. No. Chill, I just wanna... I only got a single move. Okay. So, I'm obviously pretty much done with this, but if you want, I do have a model which I can make a cooldown. So you see how I'm pressing F, but you see how the thing doesn't pop up like it does when I use my tool. I could do that too if you guys want to see that. If you do, comment down below. If I get over 10 likes, I'll make that tutorial.